There is a place where time folds into stone and silence hums through the air like an ancient hymn, a place where the sky meets earth in a collision of myth and matter, where every breath feels like a prayer whispered into the void. This is Everest, the world's highest peak, a titan carved from dreams and defiance that has watched empires rise and fall beneath its shadow for millennia. Its snow-capped crown glows with an otherworldly light at dawn, while its jagged edges pierce the clouds like forgotten daggers from a forgotten war. What secrets does it hold? What stories does it tell? Hi everyone! Welcome to Mount Everest, the roof of the world that has stood for over 40 million years as both guardian and conqueror of human ambition. Here, where oxygen is thin but spirit is thick, we step into a realm that defies logic yet thrives on it. The air carries whispers of ancient winds that have shaped this land since before history was written. Every step forward feels like trespassing on sacred ground where gods once walked barefoot among mortals. The story of Everest begins not with climbers, but with tectonic fury. A collision between two continents that birthed this colossal spine of rock and ice some 40 million years ago. The Himalayas rose as if summoned by an unseen hand, their peaks etched into the heavens by forces no human could comprehend. For centuries, local communities revered these mountains as living entities. In Tibetan lore, they are said to be home to deities who guard the balance between earth and sky. The Sherpa people speak of the mountain's breath, an invisible current that flows through its valleys and carries messages from ancestors long gone. Even today, when hikers tread its slopes or helicopters skim its ridges at dawn, they feel an unspoken pact between themselves and this ancient sentinel, a pact forged in reverence rather than conquest. The landscape here is a paradox of stillness and motion. At sunrise, golden light spills over ridges like liquid fire, melting shadows into shimmering silhouettes that stretch toward infinity. By midday, the sun casts sharp angles across glacial moraines, jagged remnants of Ice Age titans, and bathes prayer flags in hues so vivid they seem painted by divine hands. But as dusk falls beneath this vast sky of indigo and violet streaks pierced by stars brighter than any city lights back home, there comes an eerie hush where even time seems to pause between heartbeats. The wind howls through crevasses like a mournful choir. It carries frost-kissed whispers from centuries past. Each gust feels less like nature's breath than a memory being stirred awake. In villages nestled along its base camps, the first being Lekla's tiny airstrip, where planes skim rooftops at 12 miles per hour, you'll find people whose lives are woven into Everest's rhythm long before boots ever touched its snowfields. The Sherpa guides here are more than workers. They are storytellers who speak fluent dialects older than any written record. Their homes are built into hillsides carved by glaciers, their walls adorned with offerings made from yak butter lamps, prayer wheels, and handwritten mantras. At Namche Bazaar, the heart of this high-altitude world, you'll see children chasing kites across cobblestone streets, while elders sit cross-legged beneath monasteries whose spires seem to touch heaven itself. Here, the mountain isn't just present, it's part of daily existence, a silent witness whose presence shapes every choice, every prayer, every breath taken in its shadow. As you ascend toward base camp, the air grows thinner but heavier with meaning. Every step crunches through layers upon layers of frozen history, snow that has fallen since before Christ was born, ice that once held dinosaur bones buried deep within its folds. The wind here is not merely cold but alive, carving patterns into rock faces as if writing verses only it can read. At nightfall, when stars crowd together above this frozen desert so vast it seems infinite, you'll feel small not just physically but spiritually, as though you've stepped outside yourself into something far greater than human scale. This is where isolation becomes intimacy, where solitude becomes communion with something older than language itself. But Everest's true magic lies beyond what meets the eye, in those hidden corners where legends linger thicker than mist on a glacier. In certain valleys untouched by modern roads, you'll find ruins older than any known civilization, stone structures half buried beneath snowdrifts, their purpose lost to time yet their presence undeniable. Some say these were temples built by early Himalayan kingdoms. Others whispered they were shrines left behind by pilgrims who vanished without trace during their journeys toward enlightenment. Then there are tales of ghost climbers, those who disappeared during treacherous ascents decades ago, and how their footprints still appear fresh on certain routes when storms clear unexpectedly. These stories aren't mere folklore. They're part of Everest's living tapestry, a reminder that this mountain holds truths beyond our maps or measurements. For those who dare venture here, the best time arrives when autumn paints these peaks in gold, September through November, when skies are clear enough to see distant ridges shimmering like molten silver against blue horizons. But don't mistake this for ease. Even then, the altitude tests every fiber of your being. Acclimatization hikes through rhododendron forests blooming crimson against white snow create moments so beautiful they feel stolen from dreams. A fleeting glimpse at dawn when sunlight spills over Kalapathar's cliffs, revealing Everest's full face bathed in celestial light. It's here you'll understand why some call it the mountain that cannot be climbed, not because it resists humanity, but because it demands more than mere survival from those who seek it out. And yet, there remains something achingly human about this place, a paradoxical blend of harshness and grace that lingers long after you leave its shadow behind. When you stand atop one of these sacred ridges at sunrise, when you feel your heartbeat sync with some primal rhythm older than your own, you realize Everest isn't just geography, it's metaphor incarnate. A reminder that greatness often requires surrender. That even mountains have moments when they kneel before something greater than themselves. That our deepest desires may not be ours alone, but belong instead to forces we can only glimpse through gritted teeth. Everest is not just a mountain. It is a mirror that reflects our deepest yearnings and our deepest fears in equal measure. If you want to uncover more secrets of the East, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.